This week on Books Cubed.
Something I will say too, we don't have the time to read your book to
Oh, I
do your
know.
color
Yep.
cover. So
Yep.
yeah, the more you how to say, the more you pick the elements that you want from your story on your cover, the better for us. But we don't have the time.
Good adventures, everybody. I'm Melissa Bonzak, and welcome to episode 136 of Books Cubed, the show where I chat with authors you should be reading. This week, I am chatting with H. Gorlitz Scott. She is an author and an illustrator. We talk fantasy books and conventions and map illustration. And we just had a great time. You will really enjoy this interview. So stick around and I will see you after. I want to
Um,
welcome H. Gorlitz Scott to the show today. She is an author and an artist, and her list of credits is so long that it would take the whole show just to list them. So I'm not going to list any, and I'll have her links in the show notes, and you can look them up yourself. So welcome.
Hi.
Hello. What? Well, let's see. You've got your fantasy books.
Mhm.
You've got the drawings that you do for other people's books,
Yep.
and the art you do. So, where do you want to start?
Oh goodness. I guess with the books, because this is Books Cubed, so yep. I'm a fantasy author of the world of Shavoa. That's my series back there. In a nutshell, it's about an immortal fugitive having to deal with the consequences of angering a sun, like the kind in the sky, a goddess, and a lover. So, and that's been my big passion project throughout all of these things. So,
How many books are in the series?
uh, technically three right now. I call one like a point 0.5 of a book, because it's like this little supplemental distraction that I ended up working on between books one and two. So there are three. I'm working on the next supplemental distraction and the third book. So yeah, those are in progress.
Okay, so fantasy, and I always love to ask fantasy because I write fantasy also. How do you research fantasy? Because research is such a big part of our lives as authors. But I mean, how do you research fantasy?
Oh gosh. So there's the make believe side, the side you make up. Believe it or not, you have a lot in there. So I do a whole lot of world building, and then we'll end up coming back to those notes like years later. So I technically call that research. Um, then there's like weird things, there's always real life things that apply to fantasy. The For my first book, I mean, I spent months, maybe even a whole year researching like siege battle tactics,
Okay,
how
yeah.
to, because I made impenetrable fortress. So I needed to figure out how to break into it. And so I mean, I spent years and years and years researching that. Not years, months. But
Well,
it
it
felt
always
like a
feels
year.
like
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And it still comes up in my algorithms, and so I still go into deep dives on it. I'm just like, ooh.
Did you get a chance
But
to visit any castles?
castles, no. Forts, yes. I live not that far away from Fort Christmas here. Um, and then for the life of me, cannot remember the name of the fort, but for one of my other like research kind of trips, I stopped at a fort in Tennessee. And it was a lot similar. And I found that interesting. Oh, and the fort in St. Augustine. Yeah, that's oh gosh, that's amazing because that basically is a castle. And that it's not wooden. It doesn't have like wooden walls. It's made out of those coquina shells and just concrete. It's super solid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If you're anywhere near St. Augustine, you need to go. Number one, it's the oldest city in the United States, right? Or is
Yep.
it? No. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yes.
think it is. I think it is.
Yeah.
And that fort is really amazing. I went through it, but it's been 10 years. So I vaguely remember about the shells, but that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about forts, there's all the main things that you need in a fort, and they're all going to look pretty much the same. It was the same with castles. I did a deep dive into castles. My husband said, "Do you want to go to Europe with my sister and her husband?" I went, "Yes, as long as I can go to castles," because I was writing a book with castles in it. And yeah,
Oh,
they all
awesome.
have something very similar. They all have oddly winding staircases and hidden rooms and lots of stone and lots of large cold rooms. I just can't imagine living
Oh,
in those
yeah.
times.
The forts, all of them were like,
Yeah,
like there was mostly campgrounds in the middle. Like you were gonna stay in a tent in the middle of the fort, so it was cold. And then the one in St. Augustine had a room, but it again, it was cold. And that was in
yeah.
summer and it was cold.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Summer in Florida and it was cold. I should reiterate there.
yeah, yeah. And I can totally understand the cold because I live in Florida also, but our bedroom, the insulation is like not there. And that is just the coldest room in the house. I turned the heat up this morning because it was 61 in my bedroom.
Yeah,
I
I'm
said, I'm
currently in the coldest room in my house.
freezing, and everybody in the house and everybody else in the house is gonna have to just suffer. I turned the heat up to 70, and I think in a couple hours I'll be able to turn it down. But yeah, I just can't imagine living in those times. Um, unless I suppose there were dragons, that would be kind of cool. I don't know how close I'd want to get to one.
I mean, I don't know that the dragons would want to be, hired furnaces, but
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that'd be really cool. Get him you don't have a match. You can get him to light the fireplace for you.
yeah,
Now, in your series, did you draw the covers?
I did.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
those are nice. Can
Thank
you
you.
hold one up closer to the screen?
Yeah. So, the-
Yep, that's not a picture, folks. There you go.
yep.
They're
And that's
real
actually a
books.
wraparound. So,
Oh, that's really cool. So if you're listening,
mm,
you need to take a look at the book covers. On the front cover, it's a almost a desert scene, and on
yeah.
the back, there is a face with green eyes, very green eyes. So very cool.
Yep. And if you go to worldofshavoa.com, you can see all the art there as I post it there.
Have you got interior art also?
Um, Technically, like okay, so the book itself doesn't have interior art because I wanted to go into this fully illustrated, but it just wasn't working with the black and white form. How to say, color printing
Yeah.
costs
Oh,
are
yeah.
insane. So I was just like, no, I
Yeah.
want to make this accessible. So I don't have interior art outside of like the maps for the front covers. But if you were on my Patreon, the original intent is still there. So I'll post a chapter or scene and post an illustration with it. So,
You could maybe one day do a Kickstarter
yeah.
and then
Uh,
have color interiors because people go crazy over there for books with either sprayed edges or inked edges. The sprayed edges look really tough, and I've had some sprayed edges ones where the chunks of paint came off.
oh no.
So
Um,
I try to lean more toward picking up books that have the printed edges.
yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, 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 it might have been something someone had done themselves or something. I just can't remember.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a someday goal. I once I get the third book done, I want to do like a big illustrated omnibus edition. So
oh, those are always nice, and fantasy fans love the big, thick books.
yeah. I would love to actually like team up with NerdForge and have like one big special edition of it. But
And
NerdForge is
people
great.
would. I'm reading Mistborn right now, and I think it's like
Yes.
this thick. You know. So, yeah, my husband kept talking to me last night, and I kept stopping and looking up and looking back in my book again, and he kept talking
Yeah,
to
yeah.
me.
You think Mistborn is thick? Wait till you see his Stormlight archives. Oh man.
Yeah, I'd never read it, and people talked about it and talked about it, and I'm a mood reader. Are you a mood reader?
No, I devour.
You
I'm a book devourer. So I yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes a
Mhm.
book I can't put it down. Um, what was it called? Oh, I can't think of the name. I was reading a book not too long, well, last year, and I was walking into the walls. I was at my brother-in-law's house, and I kept
Oh,
walking into the walls because I couldn't put it down.
uh,
It was great. Yeah. But
been
I
there.
have like I think 10 different books in different areas of my house. So it depends on what room I'm in, and I'll just pick up a book and start reading from whatever point it is, and usually I can remember because I'm usually pretty good about getting back to them. Um, but but yeah,
Uh,
it's really hard to sit and just read in one genre too. You know, I like to kind of jump around.
well, that's fair. How to say, I guess I'm a little linear though. Like I will read, like I'll tear through books, but I can only really do like one book at a time. So I am that person who will walk around reading the book and walking into walls too. So, it's different when it comes to audiobooks though, because like I can be reading one book in one series in a different genre and then have, something else going on completely different with the audiobooks. So, they go right there with podcasts for me. So it'll be like audiobook chapter podcast.
Now you don't just write. You're an illustrator,
Mhm.
and you're illustrator for hire. So you have your credits are long credits, and there were some
Yep.
credits that listed many, many, many pages in different books that you had contributed artwork to. So what do you have a specific type, or do you just kind of do everything?
Uh, as my friend says, I will do anything for money, um, or draw anything for money. Um, but yeah, so I went to school for graphic design and illustration, and so that's you know kind of my bread and butter. And what I in the last couple of years, I shifted to mostly selling and focusing on my own stuff, which is really cool.
Yes.
But yeah, for years I did, illustrations and such for others. One company in particular, and these are the ones that have like many pages listed, is the historical game company. Yeah, I think it's just a historical game company. And they do like alternate history games. So they'll take
Oh,
history, you know, like the Revolutionary War is a big
yeah.
one, and they'll do like they'll set it up so you can run like ideas of like say if the other side won, what happens, and you can play from there. You can change the outcomes of battles and stuff like that. And there is obviously a lot of history that needs to be relayed if you're going to play those games. So they created all these compendium style textbooks, which are the real history. And I did the maps, like the campaign maps for that,
Nice.
so that you understood what happened in those battles. So,
Oh, maps. Yes.
mhm.
Yeah, yeah. As a one of the genres I read in is fantasy, and yeah, I love maps. And
Yeah.
I've always loved maps. When I was in college, my dorm room, including the ceiling, was covered in maps of different,
Ooh.
you know, I think the one on the ceiling was from National Geographic, and it was the water, you know, the ocean floor.
Oh, that's awesome.
And yeah, I would lay in bed and just look up there and stare at that and think, oh, I just love maps so much. And I'm really surprised that I didn't go more into drawing because I loved maps so much. Is it is it is it more difficult to draw a map than it is to draw a scene?
Absolutely.
It feels
Because
like it would be.
yeah, especially with, real world maps, here, because a lot of times I will have to go and find the actual geology for things, because I'll get sent maps that are, inaccurate. And so I've got to go and place where they are on like Google Maps. Or I paid for an interactive rivers of the world map so that I can take where the positions of the rivers are, line them up with or line the old maps up to that, and then I have to redraw all of that. And just trying to get as accurate as possible is, it's so hard.
Yeah.
Whereas like an illustration, I can just kind of dive right in with the sketches, go back and forth a little bit on what to tweak, and then I can, start adding the details in. And so, um, yeah, in terms of like the technical side of it, the maps are harder. Um,
Yeah.
as the illustrations can be a little harder in the communication sense. Like I'll be like, oh, I cannot continue until I get this, you know, question on how this is supposed to look answered. So I'll send out an email and be like, hey, how do I fix this? Or, what do you think about this idea? Or, whatever. And then it'll be like a week before I get, word back.
Yes. Yeah. Is there, I mean, if you could give advice to authors, because we all have to get book covers and some of us get character art and some get maps and things. When someone is approaching an artist, what are the things, the must tell them things that you would insist that they tell the artist?
Okay, so ignore the rules. Like there are a lot of rules out there for things you should not have on your cover. Things, there's a statement that says, never do your own cover. And the whole reason for that is because the, I guess, publishers or the people who write the rules feel like you're going to want too much on the cover and you're not going to know what to focus on. And that's not, excuse my phone, that's not necessarily true. Because every author I have ever worked with, they've had a, pretty good idea of what they wanted on their cover. And sure, there was a lot, but I can almost always incorporate those elements, especially if we do a wraparound cover. Um, I have one called Too Late to Pray by Thomas Lofgren. And that one's on my website. It's a wraparound cover. The book is about a cat who kind of finds a guy, and I don't remember if it's like just post-apocalyptic or like apocalyptic a story, but he wanted a truck. He wanted, this uh, farm setting. He wanted all these a tornado. He
Oh,
wanted a star. He wanted all of these things, and I was just like, "Gotcha, we can do this." And so I absolutely did that. The cat it has a star mark on his ear, so I was able to I had the star in the sky highlight the mark on his ear, while in the background of the cat, he's looking, we've got the cat's back facing us, and the background of the picture is the tornado he wanted. And then you go to the wraparound cover, and there's the truck that he wanted going by the farmhouse that he wanted, with the sunset that he also wanted. Like, it works, So if you have a rough idea of, you know, what you want, great. But if you don't, just list all the elements that you want. Like, just really all I can say is talk to your illustrator, you know?
yeah, and like you did, they will be able to figure out how to put everything in to make it all work.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually I'm like, I don't know, whatever, whatever
Yeah.
colors you want to use, whatever.
Yeah. Something I will say too, we don't have the time to read your book, to
Oh, I
do your
know.
color
Yep,
cover. So
yep.
yeah, the more you how to say, the more you pick the elements that you want from your story on your cover, the better for us. But we don't have the time.
Yeah, yeah. I think my last one, she's in a cave, there's crystals, and there's a creature with her, and I'm including the character art that the artist did for me and slap it all together. And it was great. They did a great job.
Oh, nice.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
And
too. If you have illustrations that somebody else has done, but it's not in a cover format, there's and say you have all the permissions to use that image as the cover, someone like me can sit there and work with that. We can, turn it into a cover.
now you don't just do covers. And like we said, you've done interiors for things, but I saw you've always also done interiors and covers for children's books.
I did. That's this is one of my favorite ones, projects I've ever done here.
That
So
was it when Goblin's puppy said, yeah.
yeah. So my adorable, very pregnant friend Lainey, this is my copy, so there's my note. But
Oh,
she wanted to write a children's book that was just a fun story for her little boy. And we she
Oh, that's so cute.
yep. Well, let me see if I find the page here. But yeah, when she sent me the manuscript, I was like, yeah, we have to do this. There we go. This is my favorite one.
Oh, yeah, there's the goblins and the puppy.
Yep. Little fairies throwing a, you know,
Oh.
paper towel or wad, paper ball at him.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Now you sell online, but you do a lot of in-person shows.
Yeah, and I think I'm slowly starting to shift sales offline to do more in-person things. It's just kind of the way that things are playing out. Um, but yeah, I sell it, we met at Orlando Reads Books, and
Mhm.
so I do book conventions. I do comic conventions because my story Savoa there actually started as a comic, and then I'm really slow artist in that regard. And I was like, I'm gonna be like 90 before I even get through this first story arc, so I better switch formats. And so I did, and that worked out. But I still go to the comic conventions because a lot of my art fits in that environment.
Oh
And
yeah.
then my dragons, like what I have on the cover here, if I pull that down, everything will fall down though. My dragons kind of got me into other things like music festivals. So I vend at music festivals because a lot of music fans, particularly metal fans, like the dragons. And then
Oh.
bikers also seem to like them because they will buy the prints. I don't know how they do this, but they'll have it transferred to a like a piece of fabric, and then they pin that to their biker vests. So sometimes my dragons are going down the road.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Oh, and that's truly seeing your art in the wild.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite? I know we try not to have favorites, but do you have a favorite festival? Not necessarily as one that you've shown at, but one that you really had a great time as a buyer walking through and looking at what everybody else had brought.
Well, so this goes both ways. Vending, I love it. Otherwise, I would still go. It's Earth Day Birthday, which is a big rock festival here in Orlando, put on by our local rock station. Yeah, and the radio DJ, Mel Taylor, she actually runs a charity of, through, on the side, I guess. And at that event, she has an art village. So I like to, when I can, set up and vend there. I won't be able to make it to it this year, but that's all right. I'll get it next year. Um, and then I mean, that was my station growing up, so I would pay to go to that music festival. Now I basically get paid to go to that
To go,
music
yeah.
festival. It's great.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And then I got to hear uh it was like right at sunset, that golden hour, everything's magical.
Yeah.
Sweet Child of Mine came on the air live. I got to hear that
Oh,
live, see it performed live, and
yeah.
I was just crying.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Then there was a year that Disturbed was the headliner, and it's Earth Day birthday, so it always
Oh,
takes
yeah.
place around Earth Day. And Disturbed got up there and they took one look at the fairgrounds. They're like, y'all, this is an Earth Day event. You trashed this place. We're not going to play until you clean it up. And that
Oh,
fairgrounds was spotless in 10 minutes flat. And
nice.
so that was a lot of fun to see, especially since my dad runs a canoe cleanup club, or he did. He kind of retired, um, but he's still on the board for it. But he runs
Yeah.
a river cleanup club here in Central Florida,
Oh,
and
nice.
I think it's called Central Florida Recon now. If you guys wanted to ever like sign up and volunteer for that,
Yeah.
but the river or the lake that's like right behind the fairgrounds is so bad that they very often can't get permission to clean it up. And so finding like after Disturbed was like clean everything up. That was the cleanest it's ever been.
Wow. Good for
So
them. They used their power for good.
yeah, yeah, they really and they put on a great show too.
Now,
So,
uh, jumping back to your books,
mhm.
Savoa. I'm always afraid I'm going to say I'm wrong.
It's okay.
There's
I slur it a lot and say Shavoa too. So, yeah.
Savoa. I know I just said
Mhm.
with this sh. Savoa. There's three out. Are there going to be more?
Yes. Yep. There's two more for sure. Little supplemental, and then the third in this actual trilogy that I've got going. I won't lie, I have a spin-off series that keeps playing in my head. I do not know if I'll get to it. It might be a comic. But yes, there's definitely two more books coming out for sure.
Oh, good, good. This year, or do you think they might take a
No,
little longer?
yeah, they're gonna take the time. I'm a slow
Yeah,
author. Um, I'm I am not a pantser in any regard. I am a planner through and through, and yeah. So it takes me about 5 years on average to write these books. Um, yeah,
yeah, yeah. Well,
which is still faster than my comics would have been.
yeah, yes. I mean, you look at a comic and it's what, 30 pages, usually about 30, and there are anywhere from one to maybe 10 drawings in a two-page spread, and
Yeah.
it's got to take a while to do each one.
So much. And it like you know, people get spoiled, I guess, from seeing the comic release schedules for the 12-page single issues that come out like once a month. That people don't understand that there's typically a team of about, anywhere between like 3 to 30 people per comic issue.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's not just one person. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they all take a while.
Yep.
So everything takes a while.
It does.
And
Yeah.
I am not a believer in this, but I always ask everybody, are you someone who believes in writer's or artist block?
Um, kind of. It depends. So, like, in terms of motivation, I don't believe that. I'm like, no, there, you get around not being motivated by discipline. You literally just bring yourself to work and you do your job. Um, the blocks I have found have been more like real life things. Like I'm the manager for my family. I'm just straight up gonna say that. So if my husband gets sick or my daughter gets sick, immediately everything else is on hold,
Yeah.
because I got to take care of them. Um, if for today, if they do something extracurricular, I've got to manage and make sure that all works out. Because like today, my daughter is over at the build club or build crew thing for her school's theater production. I think they're doing Sound of Music. And so
Oh,
you know, she's on the set crew for that.
oh, that is
you
so
know,
cool.
so I literally, I woke up this morning and drove over there to, drop her off. And then I came back here to talk with you. And then as soon as we're off, I'm going in full garb back to the school to go pick her up.
To go pick her up. Yeah.
Yep. And then today
Oh,
would have been
fun.
otherwise one of my writing days, otherwise
Yeah.
an art day. But it's just, yeah, I've got to fight for
Yeah.
my weekends. And
Uh,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Well, we better get you back to writing.
fair.
So, how can everybody, I know you have
Yep, Dragon.
dragonmunstudios.com.
Yep, it's Dragonmon Studios because I like to draw mundane dragons.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Yep,
So
so
people can buy books.
dragonmon.com.
They can buy
Mhm.
direct from you.
Yeah.
And you, are they wide? Can they find them other places too?
They so I do have them listed as wide from Amazon. And that isn't. They I'm like, that's a lie. So I don't understand what going wide on Amazon actually did. Uh so like this book here, you can get it at like online venues like barnesandnoble.com. You can order it, the Google Books, Apple Books, all that. You can get them in ebook format pretty much anywhere. Then that's because I left Amazon for that. Finding it in print is a little harder. That's almost Amazon exclusive or me exclusive. And I'm working on getting that through the Ingram catalog to just get rid of
Yeah.
all that because I did that for the second book.
Hmm.
and the proper second book, not the supplemental. And that's wide everywhere. You have no problems finding that. You can walk into any bookstore in the world and go, I want this book. And they'll get you a print copy for it. Yeah. So
Oh, very
I'm
good. Yeah.
working on getting it that way with the other one too. So
It always takes a while to get
yeah.
everything because there's so much. And then it's, oh, well, why don't you hire an assistant? Well, first, I don't have any money for an assistant, and they're not going to do it right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But and then also, are you doing shows this year?
Many.
Many
I
shows.
didn't intend to. I actually intended to scale it back, but there were a number of things I applied to last year that popped up, and they're like, "Hey, you're in." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So,
Oh, I guess I go. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So not next weekend, but the following weekend, I'm going to Atlanta for oh God, what do they call that? I don't
A very
remember
nice
what they called
convention
it.
in Atlanta.
Yes, and it's steampunk themed too, so I feel really bad not remembering it. Give me a second here, I can find
Okay.
it. I feel so bad. I just totally mind blanked though. Con Possible in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I think I'm gone that weekend because I was looking at that going, ooh, cool. And I'm always gone. My husband's a travel agent, so we go
oh,
places very
cool.
spur of the moment all the time. So,
Oh
um,
yeah, yeah, that's right. You gave me when I was trying to book my flight stuff for Dragonsteel, you guys gave me information or advice.
oh, great.
Yeah, that's right.
I forgot. Yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot.
so
So,
yeah, I ended up choosing Southwest and working directly with Southwest and working directly with them
oh,
was
good. So it worked.
perfect.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, everything we talked about will be down in
Mhm.
the show notes. So make sure you send them, send me the notes and I'll stick them in the show notes. Don't
Yeah.
trust me to write down what I think you said because I'll get it wrong. I've
Fair.
done that and it's like, nope, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Oops.
Well,
So
I mean,
yeah.
to make it real easy, I do my website, dragonmun.com. It's dragonmun.com. That's a portal site for literally everything I do. So
Okay,
you can
great. And
get
then there
everywhere
was
from there.
something else we talked about. It was a fest. Oh, it
Oh,
was a
my
festival or
dad's cleanup crew, actually, I think. So
cleanup
that's,
crew. Send us a link
yeah,
to that.
sure.
Um, and then yeah, any of the festivals you can find on their website. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on today.
Oh, no problem.
Everybody, if are you taking commissions in case anybody wants to do a book cover?
I am. Yep, if you go to the website, there's a inquiries link right there at the top.
Oh,
And so you can just
fantastic.
hit that and there you go.
Fantastic. Because I know many of you out there are working on your books and you do not have a cover artist yet. So go take a look at her work and see if it's something that would work for you.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'll do a how to say I'll do consultations too. So if my stuff doesn't work for you stylistically, there's a good chance I know someone who does, work with it. So,
There you go. There you go. Okay.
all right.
Well, thank you so much for coming on today. And I'm sure I will see you. We both have books at a local indie bookstore near
Yes.
us called Small Town Stories. It is
Yay.
in
Lutz.
Lutz. Thank you. I can never remember the name of the little town, Lutz, Florida. So if you are anywhere near Lutz, Florida, jump over there and
It's
see Elizabeth at Small Town Stories. You'll find my books there. You'll find H's books there. You will find all kinds of indie books there. It's an
yeah.
indie bookstore.
Yeah, it's very North Tampa to help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And there's a couple of good restaurants right near it. So
Oh,
you can ask her.
you are
She'll give
not
you
kidding.
she'll give you some recommendations. There's like one across the street that's supposed to be really good. So I'll do that next time I'm there.
Yeah, there's a faux place I like to go there. So,
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff.
yeah,
All
let's
right.
go.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for coming on. I'll see
No
you
problem.
again
Thank you for
soon.
having me. All right. Bye.
Thanks so much for joining me today. It was great to see her. Everything we talked about will be down in the show notes. Go grab one of her books. I grabbed When Goblins Puppies Sit. I keep wanting to call it When Puppies Goblins Sit. That's maybe book two. So I grabbed that book for my nephew. Don't tell him. I want him to be surprised. And I can't wait to get it. It looks really, really cute. So That's it for today. Go check out all the links, and I will see you next time with another great show. And until then, go read a good book. The Books Cube theme music was written by Laura Lynn Hardy. She performed the vibraphone. Billy Tyke Miller performed percussion, and it was recorded at Mills Kids Recording in Huntsville, Alabama.